Good morning. Today I've got an absolutely awesome scooter to review for you. We've already had two scooters. One we gave away at a charity event and the other one we sold to my stepdad Colin. So when Ausom reached out to us and asked us to review the L1 e-scooter, we jumped at the chance, as this is bigger and better than the ones that we had before. So we're going to unbox this, put it together, go for a spin on it, and let you know what we think. So I did need a little help from my glamorous assistant who is doing the camera work for me, Lee, over there, because I couldn't get this out of the box on my own. It is 25 kilograms, so it's a little bit on the heavier side, but it's still ideal space-wise to be able to go into your motorhome garage or the back of your car. So it's still quite good. Looks very sturdy, doesn't it? Well, before I build it, I'm just going to show you what you get in the box. So you get the user manual. What's this then? I'll have a look in the box. There's the charger, so you can charge your battery. Put that back in. I'm not going to need that right now, hopefully. Hopefully it's got some charge in it. As you know, with reviews before we've done, Lee's normally done them, so I wanted to have a go at this one today. So because the scooters are quite easy to put together, I thought I can't go wrong. Right, so these are the handlebars, and they need to go up here once I've unpackaged all the bubble wrap off it, and I'm not going to sit there popping the bubbles either, because that'll take me forever. Put the stem in, and then I believe it just needs tightening up. Lee did say to me that they're normally clip-on ones, but this is more solid, I believe. Then we've got to get the handlebars on somehow the right way around, which I believe is that way around. I realised that this needs to come off. And I am showing you this instead of Lee showing you it to show you how easy it actually is to put together. I just had a quick look at the instructions before I did anything, and it's pretty simple. So you do get Allen keys with the actual scooter, but we found these ones were a little bit better, and Lee already had in the storage unit, so we're going to be using these. Right, I'll come back to you in a minute when I've actually got into this. After working out which way to put the handlebars on, because when they are just hung down and you've got all this cable and everything for the brakes and stuff, it can be a bit confusing which way to put it on. But having a quick look again at the instructions, just make sure I've got it on the right way, because don't assume, because you could do it wrong. Yeah, these are just need a little bit of tightening. As you can see, I've put the handlebars, took this off, put the handlebars in, and then screwed this back on. I believe this is where the LCD unit's going to go. When you do get this, you'll see that attached to handlebars is your LCD screen, and then you have a card here as well attached. I don't know if it's one or two, I'll have a look in a minute. Don't throw this away and think it's just a tag, it's really important. This is the NFC card that you need to unlock the scooter before you can even use it, but I'll go more into that in a minute. I just wanted to make sure you don't get rid of that at this stage. So there's two little screws that were already in the back of the LCD, and they're Allen keys again, so we've just got to undo them, stick this in position, and make sure you tighten them up behind it. Right, I'm just about to put the light on, so I just have to loosen these off a bit. This is the awkward one because this is in the way, but we'll go with it. Back to the NFC card then. This is what you need to unlock your scooter, so make sure you don't lose it. NFC stands for Near Field Communications, and that's very similar to the contactless card system that you use. It's very similar, so you don't need Bluetooth or Wi-Fi or anything like that. It just goes off the similar communications. That's why it's called Near Field Communications. This card is going to unlock this. First of all, you've got to turn on the screen. It did come on, and then it came up with these little lines here and nothing else. So if I just use the card, as you can see there, if you can see, because it's very, you see if I can, there you go, look, you can see there that's the screen come on now, so that's unlocked. When I'm looking at how to put the password in, I'm not finding straight away how to set a new password, but this is default to 0000 at the moment, so I have managed to get in with just the password using the 4 zeros by using the plus and minus buttons here and just confirming each digit with the power button, and it eventually let me in. So I don't know how to reset a new one yet, but I believe it will be in here somewhere, how to put a new password in. So at least I can get in there if I didn't have that with me. That's the whole point of it. So as I can't really show you because of the light really what it says on the actual display, I have actually got it in the manual, and it does show you distance, password display, it shows you cruise control, headlights, malfunction mat, which is a little triangle in the middle. If that comes up, there's obviously a problem. You've got a brake warning indicator, which is also a problem if that comes on. Tells you speed level, and it tells you if you're indicating left or right. And in the middle at the bottom here is your battery level, so it's good to keep an eye on that, and also an eye on your speed. This Ausom, and I love the name Ausom because this scooter is awesome. This Ausom L1 scooter has an 800-watt brushless motor, which does a peak power of up to 1,104 watts and goes up to 45 kilometres per hour. And the range is 75 kilometres. However, that depends on the weight on the actual scooter and also the terrain at the time. It has a 48-volt battery, which is 15.6 amp hour. It's got really comfortable riding with these 10-inch by 2.75-inch vacuum rubber tyres, and it provides good shock absorption and adapt to various road conditions. What we've found down here, that's the charging port. I've found out that you can get an additional USB charging port on here, so I guess that would be on the handlebars somewhere, and that would be ideal for like charging your phone or charging, I don't know, your GoPro or something like that. And if you're into that, and you can also get a slot for an AirTag as well if you want to use it as a tracker, but it's additional configurations, which is great. What I'm finding with it, it's really comfortable and it is powerful. I know the scooters we've had before would really struggle on this terrain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let the expert go on this, and he can give you his verdicts, because Lee will give you an honest review when he jumps on this, and he'll know exactly what he's looking for because he's like the expert of all scooters. Lee's just said he's got numb hands, and you do get a pair of gloves with the scooter actually to help you.
So yeah, you got a pair of gloves in the packet, but I put them in my back pocket. Right, so yeah, as Jodie said, it's bulkier than the other scooters we've had before. So it has got a solid build, but it has got the big suspension underneath, which the other ones hasn't. Now the indicator is flashing on, so that is on. How to turn it off? It
must have been on, yeah. So them buttons there, it must have been turned over to one side.
Yeah, so basically, do an indicator left, it is like that. Push it left again, will turn the indicators off. And obviously you got the right. So I'm going to go up to, well, it's got Eco Sport and Race Mode. So I'm going on to the Race Mode, see what that's like. Now, Jodie did mention, I think you have to just scoot it along first. Now, you might be able to change that in the settings, but we're not going to do it for this demonstration. So we're just going to scoot it along and then see how fast it goes. Okay. It does take a little bit of getting used to because of where the throttle is, really. Now, you've got a rear brake, you've got a rear brake and you've got a front brake. So my only thing with this is you've got the throttle here and then you've got to try and brake here. So I'm assuming...
Yeah, but you would let go of that if you was going to brake.
You would do, but then it's confusing my hand, and maybe because my hands are cold, but you know, it would have been ideal if you had one brake, I think, for both wheels. However, other than that, it is really good. But listen to this. They could have had a better hooter, couldn't they?
Yeah, but anyway. At least you're not going to frighten the life out of people when you come up behind them.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it round the block, and you should see me coming at speed from over there. And I'll take it out on a proper spin. So I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to be about 5 minutes before I come around that corner, and just to really see what this is like. Thought I'll take you out on a bit of an off-road journey on the scooter just to give it a try. As you can see, it is farmers' fields and a track just down there. Let's see how bumpy it can be. So far, it's really stable. Ho-ho. Oh, actually, it's a good ride. And to be honest, this is the first scooter I've been able to do one hand on. on this sort of terrain anyway, because the suspension on it is great. Look at that. So this is a proper off-road path really, and it can handle it very, very well. Yeah, so I'm quite enjoying the ride. If you want a nice sturdy scooter, this is definitely a good option.
Oh, here he comes.
Yeah, that's a fair bit of speed on that going around there. And on this type of floor with these tyres, it is ideal. So if you're going over rougher terrain, this is an ideal scooter from Ausom. You don't really feel the bumps because of the suspension on it and the tyres. And yeah, I think my only criticism with this is I would prefer if you could have a thumb throttle just down here, and that'd free up my hand, because I am not using that brake. Now it is the front brake, so because it's the front brake, you tend not to go for the front brake first anyway, as I'll probably fall over the handlebars. But however, I'm sticking with the rear brake for usage because it's just a bit of an awkward position. But other than that, I do find this scooter a nice big build.
How much did you say it was? 400 and...
£462, I believe, at the moment. Now, there will be a discount code and everything in the description for you to go down and have a look at and check out this. Now, they have got other scooters on there. I think the L2, that maybe that's the addition with the AirTag and stuff.
I love the name, Ausom.
Yes.
It is awesome, isn't it? It is a little bit more expensive, and it does weigh 25 kilograms, so it is on the heavier side.
Yeah.
But if you've got allowance for that, and it still folds up quite small to go into the back of a car or into your motorhome garage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I think this is a more sturdier and better option for the way it looks and feels. And I think especially like for somebody maybe a little bit more on the heavier side as well, I think it would be better than the lighter ones we've had before.
Yes, definitely. Looking at it and riding it, like I say, over the train, I've just taken it on all this stone and stuff like that, aggregate. It handles pretty well on that, and no doubt will handle well on the road.
Yeah, so my final verdict is it's a thumbs up for me, definitely. And I really like it, and we're going to be keeping this one, aren't we?
We are going to keep it for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
It's ideal. Remember, it's not legal yet in the UK. Things may change, you don't know. But at the moment, they're not legal to be riding around on the public road.
So sometimes when we go abroad, we might just take the one scooter, or sometimes we'll take the bikes. So we don't need two scooters. We've realised that. We like walking around everywhere. This is a good meaty scooter for us. That's what I want to call it, a meaty scooter.
Meaty, well-built scooter. Right, so we'll leave this one here, and we'll catch you on our normal vlogs on Thursday. So until then, bye.
When the weather is a little bit better too. See ya.